Welcome to Voices of Reality. I'm Farah and this is
Elisa.
Please continue to watch, like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel talking about reality shows. So let's get right into it. We're talking about Beverly Hills Housewives. So let's get
go.
into the first scene. The first scene was showing them getting glammed while they're on vacation in Mexico. At first, I was thinking, like, why are they getting glammed?
But that's always.
Yeah, but when I was watching, like, they're in Mexico, it's hot. Why are they glamming up? But when I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, they're actually on a job. This is work for them. So getting glammed up makes sense. They're in front of the camera. There's going to be multiple scenes. They want to look good. Their hair has to be on point. Their makeup, their clothing. So then I was like, you know what? It makes sense. But what I really liked was Crystal. When she basically said she doesn't need glam. I like that. That kind of made me think a little bit differently about her.
And she has money. You know, her husband is like fully loaded. So she has like money. And for her to be like, oh, I could just wear lip gloss and I'm not into all of that glam team flying them out. I get it. Like, I'm not at that status where I have like money galore. So to me, it just seems like so shallow to have an actual team travel with you to do your makeup. I mean, I would love it, but you can't learn how to do it yourself. Like, is it really that like important where you gotta have them with you? And I guess the glam gets your clothes. I'm guessing it's more than just makeup, like your clothes, your look, your wigs. Like, I don't know. I'm not that glamorous, so I don't know.
Well, as far as get to doing their own makeup, I get, because I do my own makeup.
Yes, beautiful girl.
Mm-hmm. So I don't have a glam team, but if I'm on national television, millions are going to see me. I want a glam team. Because the thing is, I've learned how to do my makeup on myself, but these women, they may want to hide certain things. They want to do all the contour and they want to do everything else. And the hair, the outfits, and you got to think they're doing scenes when they're on TV. I honestly don't think when they're going on vacation and the cameras are off that they all having glam teams. I don't believe it. Garcelle, her kids, and Kyle and all her kids, I think when they're going on vacation, the cameras are off, I don't think there's a glam team. But, you have to think about they're doing scenes. They want to be on point.
But I think the only people who are doing glam is Dorit and Erika. I don't know who else is doing glam there.
No, Garcelle. Girl. You see Garcelle? She had
glam for Garcelle. Huh? Garcelle probably using Dorit and all of them glam teams. Where you saw?
Oh, don't play my girl Garcelle. Garcelle could afford glam.
Did you see glam? Because I didn't see it. Yes. Maybe I missed that part.
Yes, you did. She had I was like, go Garcelle. I was happy that they showed her with glam.
Did you see the glam team? Did you see a glam team?
I saw somebody.
One person.
She had a white and like it was striped white and black outfit with the hat. And they were putting it on.
Okay.
It was a beautiful outfit. And
I know it's showing Garcelle. I'm asking about the glam. Did you see the glam person?
I saw one person. Yes, I did see somebody put on.
And you saw somebody putting a look together. I'm gonna look back. Yes, I might have missed that. I might have blinked.
I meant below. Somebody put on. Don't play my girl Garcelle. She had her little one person, maybe a family friend, and she, Stop. She could afford glam. She picked somebody from the real.
I'm not saying I just didn't see it. I thought the only people that have it is Dorit and Erika.
Erika, it seems like Kyle had their own glam. From what it appeared, it was just Crystal. Hello. So did what's her name? Sutton. They all had glam, but Crystal's the only one that said she didn't need glam. And
I didn't think any of them. I thought when they said glam, I thought the only people they were referring to was Erika and Dorit. I never see any of them with glam, but those two.
I mean, that's true. I haven't seen it, but I saw Garcelle with glam. Yes. I mean, I don't know if it was her own personal glam. Even the one with Diana, that's her name, right? Diana. She's in a whole different category. Well, she brought on everybody.
Yeah,
I saw her glam. So I was very happy to see my girl with her glam person. She probably have a glam team, but she has somebody putting her close together. She looked fabulous. I was very proud.
She definitely does. Yeah.
She looked beautiful last night. They all did, to be honest. They all did.
Yes, absolutely.
The next scene was breakfast. And again, you saw how they all came to breakfast. That was them glamming up, I guess. It seemed like they were glamming up for breakfast.
I get it, because that's why I say that all the outfits that's why they pack so like much stuff, because it's like you need every outfit for like every like little movement on the trip.
For every scene, which makes sense. They're going to be recorded. We're watching. We're talking about them. So, people comment on their outfits. So they have to look beautiful in front of the camera. So they did the whole glam for breakfast. And my thing is, what time's breakfast? You getting up early, the makeup, a hair, outfit, just to go out to eat. But again, it's a job. It's a dinner. It's being recorded. There's stop, takes, and do it again.
Absolutely.
And who knows what else. So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So the breakfast seemed like it was nice and friendly. I took my
notes. That's the breakfast on the beach?
That's the breakfast on the beach. And I thought about you. Because we went to Dorit. When she walked in, hi, Dorit, how you doing? How did you sleep? Oh, I didn't really sleep that well.
Hello.
Anxiety. I was like, oh my God, I know Elise is going to go after her.
I was thinking that. I was like writing notes. I was like, here we go again. Every episode, we are going to focus. But I'm glad the editors that are on deck I'm sure they edited a lot out of that. Like, so, when she did come on the screen, I was like, please don't let this be a long, like, drawn out, like, segments of her and her anxiety.
She mentioned she couldn't sleep, that her husband kind of is encouraging her throughout the day to stay. And I'm just thinking, I'm not trying to be cruel because of God. Thank God this never happened to me. But I'm like, why the hell are you so scared? You're in Mexico. The robbers
and you in a 5-star plus hotel.
Yeah.
Like, you're good.
That's what I was thinking. You're not at your house. You're at your house sleeping when they robbed you. But now you're in Mexico, far away. No one's going to rob you. Everybody's, aware of the situation. But you know what? I haven't been in this situation. I can't judge. But
She's probably thinking somebody in the hotel can break in, somebody walking by. Oh my God, is it the robbers? Like, so I get that could happen, but let's not focus on that every episode. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I get it. Maybe she do have a little bit of anxiety. And she could, but I'm just thinking you are in a 5-star plus hotel. You got security there. I would feel more safer there than in my home, because it doesn't seem like she has 24-hour security.
But her anxiety is, she could just have fear of sleeping. Again, she said she had a hard time sleeping. She could be reliving what happened to her every night, so it made her harder to go to sleep. So moving right along, we already know Dorit was held at gunpoint, and she's still trying to deal with that. Erika mentioned she's on antidepressants.
Yes, Lexapro.
It's not surprising, but I was happy that she admitted.
But it seemed like when I was watch What Happens Live after, it seems like that may be the norm, because Kyle started talking about how Erika says that her sex drive has increased, and apparently Lexapro or Lexpro, however you pronounce it, is supposed to decrease your sex drive. And Kyle kind of related to it because she was like, I'm on 5 milligrams and my sex drive is okay, but she's on 10 milligrams. So I'm like, is this the norm? Like, is everyone taking Lexapro? No, but I do like the part with Garcelle when she asked Erika, like, how are you? Can we tell the difference between when you're not on Lexapro? I did like that she kind of, like, Garcelle is like asking her questions that I'm thinking too. And I didn't like the part where she kind of like embraced being a bully. And I thought like that was a time where she was going to apologize to Sutton or acknowledge. Like, I'm just surprised that nobody says anything. Like, she doesn't acknowledge, like, yeah, I'm a bully and I just came from court and they labeled me as a bully and I'm embracing it. And it's just like, did you realize that, like, you sort of bullied Sutton last season? Like, are you going to acknowledge that? But it's like everyone skipped right over that, her embracing it. That's not nothing to be proud of.
So you think she bullied Sutton last season?
I think she intimidated her. I think the other scene, remember they showed, like, you probably didn't watch it at that time, they showed clips of her not wanting to be called a liar.
Yes,
and how she reacts in being called a liar, which I do believe. Yeah, she was lying in those. To me, she lied. And I would have stuck to my guns. If I feel she's a liar, I'm going to keep calling you a liar. And you're not going to intimidate me. But the way she was intimidating Sutton and Teddy, and they like kind of like they don't say nothing. And I don't know if did you see the segment where she told where Teddy called her a liar and was like, you have selective memory. And then Erika responds, "Don't you ever call me a liar again. Don't you ever. I don't like that." And then she like kind of checks her. And then Teddy was like, "Okay." And then and then Erika kept going.
When they showed the flashbacks, I wasn't watching it then, but I do remember when she kind of was, well, not kind of, she basically threatened Sutton.
Yeah, and then these women are afraid. Like, to me, Sutton did not react. I understand Sutton kept digging. A little part of it wasn't even her digging. It was the other girls relaying information back to Erika, and then Erika kind of confronting her. So at that point, Sutton couldn't back down. She had to like say something, but it wasn't like, a lot of the time Sutton wasn't confronting Erika with her doubts. It was the other ladies telling Erika, and then Erika confronting Sutton about it. But when Erika would kind of like rise up to whatever Sutton would say or, respond, Sutton would kind of retreat. She wouldn't say anything.
You ever call me a liar again? I'm coming for you. Look at me. I'll go head on with you all f***ing day. I'm telling the truth. I am not a liar. You have a lot of f***ing nerve.
Don't talk to me like that.
Or what?
Seriously.
Or what?
Or nothing.
Right, exactly. Shut the up.
So, it's possible. You pretending that it's fully amnesia right now is confusing.
No, excuse me. Don't ever say I'm pretending, because I'm not pretending. I'm telling you the truth. I don't remember saying that. Don't ever say that to me again.
Okay.
Don't with me like that. You don't want that. Don't. Okay. Don't ever, ever do that to me.
That was just uncalled for. I feel like she was going hard at people that are submissive.
Well, what I didn't like, and we're going to last season, is that when they were all gathered, I don't know whose house it was, and to talk about Erika, there was a moment, and this is last season where I was watching the video.
Yes, and that's where they relayed that back to Erika afterwards, but yes.
Exactly, but when they had that dinner, they all said they had a meeting without Erika there to discuss the situation. They threw Sutton under the bus. Because I think it was Kyle at that moment that said, "Oh, Sutton, you're going to tell Erika?" She said something to that effect, but they all did not say what they said at that moment because they were all thinking what Sutton was thinking. But they didn't say it because Erika's their friend and they feel intimidated by it. But Sutton was the one that stuck to guns, said how she felt like she needed to separate herself a little bit from Erika because of her Southern reputation. And she basically was honest and told Erika what was said behind her back in that meeting. But none of them stood up and said, "Oh, we agreed," or whatever, even though they all felt the same way.
And that goes back to what my point is, that I feel like Erika kind of like wears her bully nature as a badge. Like, I feel like she knows. I feel like she was intimidating them, and they were all like afraid to approach her or to even ask questions. When they all asked questions, it was almost like Sutton was the scapegoat. Like, they did not want to approach Erika about anything. And Erika is trying her best to make Sutton pay for it. But Sutton is ignoring her. To me, I would not ignore her. I would make her retreat, and she's going to back the F up off me. But Sutton is just kind of like dusting it off, and she's gonna keep it moving. But Erika needs to like slow her roll when it comes to like Sutton and bullying her and stuff like that. I don't like it.
So who do you think on that show could stand up to Erika toe to toe?
I don't think anybody. I feel like Garcelle is
Garcelle.
I still don't think she got it. Well, we'll get to that scene when we was at the table.
You don't think Garcelle?
No, I feel like Garcelle still is a little like, I don't like letting people get the last word and the one up on me. Maybe that's just me and my nature. I don't like people getting the last word. And you're not going to one up me. And I feel like Erika shuts shit down when people approach her, and including Garcelle. Yes, and she gets the last word.
She shut Garcelle's mouth real quick.
Exactly. And Garcelle does not like react. It always ends at Erika saying what she gotta say, and then the women are like, and that's the end of it. Like, I don't like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I might be different. Maybe I need to like.
No, I agree.
There's always room for improvement. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody comment down below. There's always room for improvement, but you ain't gonna get the last word with me if you're trying to come at me.
No, I agree. They don't stand up to Erika. I don't know why they're so scared of her, but they don't. And in that scene, the Sutton mentioned going to law school, doing the Lsat. And it was so funny when they mentioned Tom. He was someone who graded the Lsats. I mean, that's what Erika said. And I was like, you know, he did some shady shit. He probably
and then
made
she
a lot
offered
of
her help. And it's
friends.
just so funny how, again, how scared they are of Erika. And I don't know if it's just my personality, but the way that they looked when she said that.
Let me tell you something. Tom made a perfect score on one of the pieces of the bar and used to grade the bar.
Tom Girardi grading the bar. That can't be good. It can't be good.
That instead of saying something, I would have been like, girl, sorry, we not using your husband. Like, but it's just the way that they looked so shocked when she was like, he graded it, but they ain't saying nothing to no Erika. They know to keep those lips tight. So it's just funny when I saw their looks and they was like, but they didn't say nothing.
And even the confessional, they were like, but nobody said anything. When she said that, the first thing that came to my mind, he made a lot of his friends pass the exam or had a lot of people pay him off.
Money under the table.
So they could pass. That was my first thing. So
absolutely.
She was saying that. I don't know if she just went into the brag, but I was like, she should have kept her mouth shut. I don't think she should mention Tom at all. Keep her mouth shut. Don't mention man.
Erika don't give two Fs. That's the one thing I can respect about her. And I consider her along the same lines of Teresa from New Jersey Housewives. They do not give a F about what people think because they are like extreme like personalities and they just don't even care how they come off. They don't read the room. They don't give an F and they just keep it moving. And I can respect people like that just don't care what other people think. And it's like, think what you want to think. I got confidence in myself and I know who I am and that's it. So I do, even though I don't like her that much, I do respect the confidence level. I respect the confident woman.
Yeah, I love confident woman. I think she is confident, which is good, but I don't like her. I just don't. I don't like her, and I started knowing about her and about the situation when I started watching the season, which was maybe 2 seasons ago. Mm-hmm. And again, I started watching when it got messy. So the way she handled everything and some of the comments she was making about the victims and the fact that she said this season that she doesn't basically implying that some of the victims lied made me really not like her.
Yeah.
So then again, there was something else in the same dinner, Lisa and mentioning her mom and the birds. So the next scene was them all at the beach.
You mean separately when they went, well, they were all together at one point.
They were all together. This is the scene. They were all together at the beach.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I commend these ladies because they were all in bathing suits and they look great.
I thought the same thing.
I was like, wow, they're brave women. I want to be on national TV show. Me and my one piece. They look good. And I was very like surprised because I didn't think they would, feel comfortable in front of the camera. But
absolutely, they was walking around to the restaurant getting drinks. Me, I put my sarong on when I go to the bar and to the
piece and a wrap. Like they were just showing their everything, and I was like, wow, I was really like, wow, they acted like they're in their 20s, and it showed me that they all had confidence.
And they look good. Like they definitely, good. I didn't see, like I was looking and I was like, wow, beside them having confidence, I looked to see like, wow, they all looked like svelte.
Yeah, they all look nice. I mean, Erika did make a comment. Oh, she's so skinny. I mean, Sutton is very skinny. She is. So when I saw, I was just
see that. You think so? I didn't see.
She's very skinny. I mean, Erika made that comment like, oh my gosh, she's so skinny. I mean, she made that comment, but again, Sutton was confident also. So I did enjoy seeing them wearing their bathing suits, not giving a damn. The cameras are there, not worried about what people is gonna say when they watch the scene. So I was like, oh, go ahead, ladies, because they're all like they're all in their 50s, I think, except for Crystal, right?
Yeah, except for Crystal. Crystal's like 38. Crystal's 38. Who, Erika?
Yeah, she's like 50, isn't she?
Yeah, Erika's in her, I think Erika's like 50, 51 now.
Yeah, so they're all in their 50s, excluding Crystal. So it's really nice to see women of a certain age tastefully wearing bathing suits and looking good in it.
Absolutely.
So I enjoy that. And then what else was going on? So they show Lisa and everybody else surfing. So then they separated. The ladies now separated where Lisa and Erika, Crystal, and Diana they stayed at the beach, and then Garcelle, Dorit, Kyle, and Sutton, they went shopping.
You know, I was watching because I thought about you at that scene. I was watching to see what Garcelle was going to purchase, and if she was going to purchase like $20,000 worth of stuff, like the rest of the ladies usually do. And I was like, okay, she did go to the counter. I did see some earrings or rings or something. And I was like, wait, let me see. Are they going to bring that up like they usually? You know, the editors always like ring it up to see what to let you know.
They did. I have it because Son brought a $5,000 ring. Did she buy it?
Because I remember saying, can somebody buy this for me? Did she buy it?
I thought she brought it. Yeah,
she probably did.
She probably did it. So so there was the scene where Garcelle was telling them about her beach house.
Yes. And she was like, my little beach house.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that she put little in it. Why? I didn't like when she goes just a little something just small.
I don't know. In comparison to Kyle's, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I probably would have, because I do that. I guess like when you're around other people who are like multi-millionaires and you're not, it does kind of make you feel like a little like it makes you diminish your goals. Like, so I get it.
I didn't like that. It made her diminish what she felt was a big accomplishment. That's what I didn't like.
Yeah, but you gotta kind of like yeah, but I was thinking like how I would do it. Like I wouldn't want them coming to my house thinking that it's like Kyle's like La Quinta like property. And then they start talking about me. Like, so I think that's kind of like a preventative kind of like thing.
No, I think so. It's kind of like, oh, because she was bragging about, oh, I just brought a beach house. That's fabulous. And they came like, my closet is bigger than this.
Exactly.
So I understood
why prepare,
she did it, but it made me feel bad. Like, why does she have to do it? That lets me know and the audience know she's feeling type of way being around these women. Because she had to say, oh, just something little, like, don't expect much. It's not that big of a deal.
But you listen, you can't help it. Like, I don't think it's just her. I think that would be anyone. Like, at least she's there. Like, I give her that. Like, she was able to get onto Bravo. She's amongst these women. And, like, unfortunately, she's not at their salary and tax bracket level. Like, so to me, it's like inevitable. Like, I'm going to feel that way. Like if these women are all, I would love to get up to their level. It would inspire me. It would, I would feel motivated, but I'm not at that point like Garcelle. I would feel like how Garcelle feels. Like I mean, it's inevitable.
I mean, I know, I understand why she said it, because she didn't want to think, oh my God, how many square feet, and thinking something lavish. I get it, but it made me feel bad that she had to do that. Because the circle of women she's in is kind of like, I have to, because again, remember in the episode of her sister, for her, that was a huge accomplishment. Buying a beach house, buying for her son, it was an accomplishment for her. So now you downplay the accomplishment because in your head, you're thinking your accomplishment that you think is a big deal is not that big of a deal to them because it's not as big as their, beach homes. So I think that's what it made me feel bad. Like, oh, Garcelle had to put little in there.
I know, but I liked how Dorit gave her a hug and they still all like congratulated her. I do appreciate that. No matter how small it is and no matter how much you want to diminish your accomplishment, like they still congratulated her. So that was a good look.
Watching the show, I wondered like, oh, how's Garcelle gonna fit in? Because all these wealthy, because I put myself in her situation. I mean, I don't have Garcelle money, but throw me into a mix with a bunch of old rich people. How would I feel? How would I fit in? So I wanted to see it. This is why when she was on the show, I was like, oh, how is somebody who's not in their financial bracket going to fit in? But what I have to say, the women have welcomed her very well. I don't feel like they're making her feel bad or saying, oh, we're going out to an auction and you guys spend $10,000, or we're going shopping and they're pressuring her to buy something that she clearly can't afford. Or they're spending hundreds of $1,000s and here she's picking up the $2,000, accessory. So I don't see that. I honestly don't see it. And I think yesterday I also like when Kyle was like, oh, I'll get you something. Well, I'm not spending that kind of money on you guys. When she made that comment, it's like, oh, hell no. And I was like, well, Kyle got the money. Why not? You got the money. You can
I know, exactly.
But I do feel like they make her feel comfortable. Even though Garcelle may have insecurities about it, they don't make her feel uncomfortable. That's just how she feels.
That's true.
But I'm going back to what I said. I'm as much as I love Garcelle, I like seeing on TV. Maybe she was more fitted for another show. I wanted to see an African-American family as wealthy as these women. I'm sorry. I wanted to see somebody buy a huge beach house. I wanted to see somebody spending $5,000, $10,000 on a ring. I wanted to see Black excellence in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Not Garcelle. True. Not Garcelle. I'm sorry, Garcelle. I love you. Maybe she should have been in Atlanta. If she was in Atlanta, we wouldn't even be talking about that because we got Drew,
I know,
Tanya over there. But Beverly Hills is like one of the richest franchise of women.
Yeah.
And you're gonna throw Garcelle in there? Like, what are they trying to do to poor Garcelle?
No, I like it because it's like I think it will be a confident booster to me that it's like I'm amongst these elite women of Beverly Hills.
And it just shows how much you don't have being around them. It shows
but I
how
think
much
she's fitting in. Yeah, but like you said, they're accepting her. I feel like she's fitting in. I don't know. I didn't notice it. Like, you definitely are making valid points, but I didn't think of it like that. I did see it now that you say it. I do see, like, with the beach house, it's definitely not a beach house that Kyle would get or any of them. Like, it's like something that I could probably, like, I think I could get that like in a year or two. Yes. So it's not like something that is like on their level, but
she's gonna build up on it maybe.
Yeah, but like you said, it would be nice to see someone that's already established.
Yeah, because what I'm seeing from Garcelle, we could get that from Atlanta Housewives. If she was an Atlanta Housewife, we wouldn't even be talking about this because we got Drew, Sonya, Marlo, and all of them. So we would
living in a damn townhouse.
Exactly. So putting her with that type of class to me is like, oh, here's the pauper. Like, nobody else, not even Kristen.
No, but I think it says something about her character, though, that she can fit in with those type of women, and she'll like it'll be okay. She won't feel degraded or like she won't feel belittled. So I mean, and it's good. It's good. It's going along nicely as far as her feeling accepted.
She's feeling accepted, but again, as a viewer, I would love to have seen the lavishness.
Yeah,
that's a word. I want to see that because the thing is, I'm getting that in Atlanta Housewife. We see Candy, we see them rich, but not rich.
Yeah,
Beverly is rich. That's what I want to see. Where am I seeing the Black rich? I'm not seeing it in there. So, but that's how I feel. But hey, I like Garcelle. I still like her, but I wanted to see somebody on their level who has a private jet, who has a mansion, who spent $10,000, who's fabulous, just like them.
Yeah.
Who has a glam team.
Yeah.
Not an assistant, like stuff like that. But so now the groups are separated. Both of the different groups are talking about what happened between Sutton and Crystal. And Crystal crying and crying and crying. And I don't like you.
Exactly. I'm trying to tell you, she does not have the backbone needed to.
She don't.
She needs to. They need to let her go because I can't take that. I can't take a weakling amongst these aggressive bitches. Like, I can't take that.
Now, do you think Crystal's a weakling or she's pretend to be like Kyle said, just for their attention, for them to start feeling sorry for her and become a victim? Because all that crying and they're now consoling him, oh boo-hoo, we feel bad for Crystal's sad. They're not gonna attack her when she's crying.
I know. So, I don't. To me, I'm leaning like it could be because with the friendship thing, like Kyle said when they were talking later, and she said that with the 14 friends that kind of like deaded her, like she feels they all like it's a history of it basically. So she has. If I didn't know about that with the 14 friends, I probably would have said that okay, she is 100% weak and does not have a backbone. But because of these 14 friends that kind of like dropped her like a hot potato, I'm on the fence about it. But I'm still leaning toward she does not have a voice and she's intimidated. But because of these 14 friends, that's what gives me a little doubt. Like maybe she is putting on an act. But that's a terrible act.
This episode makes me like Kyle. One thing I have to say about Kyle, I think she's a good friend. I as a friend, I think she's a good friend. I see that in her. This episode made me like her because she was on Sutton's side. She didn't go with majority with
absolutely
Erika and Chris and Renna. She
yes, I saw that.
Sutton.
Absolutely,
so I like that, and she was able to see right through Crystal. I thought Crystal was a weakling, but I think she is putting up a front so she could get the pity of everyone else.
But it's not working. Like she's smart. It's not working. So that's the part that I would think she would like. All of them are still feeling like because they don't believe her, and she's keep with this whole like crying act. And I don't know if it's an act, so I can't say that because I don't think it's an act. But it's not working. At what point do you kind of like put your big girl panties on and kind of like take a stance? Because no one's falling for the act. Like at some point you should like give in.
So wait a minute. So you think Erika fell for the act, or she was doing that because she just wanted to get even with Sutton? Because you remember Erika was like consoling her.
Erika doesn't count to me because Erika, I don't care what was going on, she's always going to be against Sutton. Like I don't even think like she's not being objective in this. She's not looking at both sides and making an objective opinion. She is totally against Sutton. So she does not count in my book.
Looking for someone to team up with her to go against Sutton.
Yeah. So to me, I'm excluding her, but I feel like her act isn't working with Garcelle. Like it's not working with any of the other ladies.
Wow.
What's her name? Diana Jenkins just happened to get kind of like thrown in the mix. Like I don't know what her point was, like her story and what was going on with her and Sutton. But I don't believe that she was like pro Crystal or like pro. I don't think she was taking anyone's side.
She was just there. I don't think she was outside.
Yeah, I think she's kind of like useless, so I'm not even counting her.
Yeah, I don't know.
But either. Yeah, so to me, I feel like I don't think Crystal's putting on an act because it's not working. That's a smart lady. She's gonna know if shit ain't working, she gonna go switch it up. Like you're not gonna be crying, keep crying. Nobody's believing you. They still going in on you. They treating you like, to me, they was kind of like when Sutton started like. We'll get to that, but no.
I think she is putting on an act. I think she's realized that, oh shoot, they caught me. She knows everybody know about her 14 friends. And now it's kind of like, woe is me. Oh, and then why was she crying? But what I didn't like, we didn't even talk about what Erika was trying to like persuade her and kind of like, oh, well, you shouldn't let someone. She said you're a liar. Sutton last night said you're a liar. You need to stand up and tell like she was really trying to get to Crystal's head to really go at Sutton.
She was instigating, definitely. And like I said, she is totally against Sutton. I don't even think she's pro Crystal. She's just against Sutton.
Yeah.
But, however, I am with Erika in a sense, and I do believe that Crystal does need to state her case and be strong on it, no matter what her feelings are, no matter what her opinion is. If she felt she was violated, if she felt that it was racist, dark, whatever, like speak on it. Don't be intimidated and retreat and be like, all mum about it. We need to know, what do you mean, so then we can understand what you're trying to say. We still don't understand it. She still doesn't stand strong on her opinion of it being dark. We don't even know still, So she never spoke on it still.
I think she realized what she said was maybe taken out of content, that it wasn't maybe as dark as she thought it was. Because when she she asked Garcelle, well, you don't think that's dark? Garcelle was like, no. So I think now she, in her head, she's like, oh, shoot, I really messed up. What I thought was dark really isn't dark. Let me start crying so they go and feel sorry for me. I think she's pretending. I don't think she's very...
I don't think so. I believe that she really did. I really believe that she think it was dark. And I feel like a lot of people that are weak like her, I feel like you can be easily persuaded. Like, to me, you're not going to persuade my opinion unless like you have, it sounds logical to me and you making sense and it's like kind of punching holes in my beliefs. then. But I just feel like with her, if it's a feeling that I get, if I feel violated, if I feel like something was dark, if I feel like it was racist, I'm going to state my case. And I'm going to stand strong on it. I'm not going to allow, and I feel like she's easily getting swayed. It's like she's kind of like going with the masses in the crowd because they said, oh, that's not dark. That's not dark. I wouldn't give a damn if a million people said it wasn't dark.
Yeah.
If I feel it was dark, I'm going to tell you it was dark, period. Like that's the feeling that I got, and you going to respect my feelings, period. I don't care what you think it was. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, to me, it feels like she might be getting swayed. Like maybe it wasn't that dark, but she's only feeling like that because the women are swaying her. And to me, it's semi-bullying. So
my question, why the hell was she crying yesterday? Why? I don't understand. Like what? She never said why. Like, oh, I'm crying because what was the crying
No, I think
for?
sometimes if somebody's talking to you and they making you feel like you need to grow a pair of balls, and you feeling like it starts making you think like, damn, I'm being bullied, I'm being weak. Like the way Erika was like kind of like making her feel like, I probably would start crying too. If I was a weakling like that, and if I feel like somebody's bullying me and they calling me a liar, or this, or that, you're going in on me, and somebody's kind of like reiterating it to me, I'm going to start thinking like, I'm going to start feeling bad for myself, and I probably would shed a tear. So I can definitely empathize with that.
Like, oh, what was me? I'm a weakling. Oh, I think that's what it was. And it was like,
I believe she started feeling like, yeah, I'm afraid. I feel like that's really what she is feeling. She's afraid to speak her piece because they keep being critical of the words that she's using. Violated. That's too much. That's too strong. She's feeling that this was dark. That word, what do you mean? Like, and she does feel that way. She did feel violated when Sutton walked in, but they made her feel like it wasn't that bad. But if you walk in a room and I'm naked, why can't I feel that it was a violation? So I just feel like she kind of backed up off that too. Like these women are making her feel like her feelings aren't valid. And to me, I might start reflecting on that. If somebody's like going in and telling me, girl, don't let nobody bully you. Why are you letting her talk to you like that? She's talking to you like you dirt. And then I would probably start crying like, damn, like
you realize, oh, I didn't stand up for myself. But it's never too late. So you said scared. Kyle said something to Sutton too, like, oh, I think you're scared of Crystal. And for like basically scared that she's gonna come out and out you. And she's like, I'm not scared of Crystal and Erika. But then I thought about it. It's like one of those situations is never gonna come out. It's kind of like, okay, we already know what she said, Sutton said. We already know it's the whole thing with them being in, I guess, the pool jacuzzi. Crystal's not gonna say anything. I feel like Sutton still looks like nervous about the whole thing. She still gives that look like, oh God, I hope Crystal don't eventually really say what I said.
No, I think she came out of that, but I could see what Kyle was thinking. I think Kyle was speaking of before when she was trying to brush it under the rug. Because initially, it did seem like Sutton was afraid of whatever she was going to say. And I think the only reason Sutton is standing strong now is because now she knows the jacuzzi scene. To me, I don't think she knew what she was talking about. Like, I feel like she kind of didn't know what she said that could have been taken out of context. So I think she realized, oh shit, she's talking about the jacuzzi? Like, are you serious? So to me, once she realized it was the jacuzzi, it was kind of like, that's when she started going hard. But to me, I do think she was afraid in the beginning. And she wanted to brush it to the side.
I think she was afraid in the beginning, and Kyle kept saying, oh, I think you're scared of Crystal. But I think now, like you said, Sutton feels a little bit more confident. Like now I could stand tall and basically say, I didn't say anything, because now everybody knows that it was the jacuzzi scene and Garcelle didn't feel type of way about it. So now I could stand and constantly defend myself. And Crystal's doing that.
Yes, and that goes back to the bullying that I feel that's taking place with Crystal. I feel like now that Crystal is not saying anything and she's becoming like kind of weak, like that's even more of a reason to kind of stand strong. Because now Crystal said sorry in the last week's episode. She's kind of like throwing in the towel.
Like, this is it.
Yeah, this is it. So now that Sutton knows she said sorry, she's throwing in the towel, she's becoming weak. And it's kind of like now Sutton is kind of like growing a backbone because she see now that Crystal is backing up. Crystal's not going into battle at all.
She knows she's not. But Diane said something. She said Crystal needs to grow a pair of balls.
Absolutely, I agree.
I agree. Crystal, I don't see why she should be here next season.
That's what I said. I've been saying that the Crystal needs to go, and I'm sure she will.
Last season seems like she was standing more up to Sutton because they had the back and forth. She seemed like she was able to speak out, but this season she's just not saying anything. Like she's just there and kind of like Garcelle kind of said it. Like if you don't speak up, so it appears like we're bullying you.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're bullying her. I don't think she's being bullied. I think she's just not speaking up, so it looks like she's being bullied. Because if everyone's coming at you and you're just sitting there like, it looks like you're being bullied. But if she was able to voice her opinion and stand strong, she wouldn't be bullied.
That's true, but I feel like they are. Yeah, but they are kind of like, being critical of words that she's using. So I do feel like that's a part of her feeling like, it's them against her. I feel like she's feeling like that because they are like with the last incident with the violation that she was feeling. Like, I just feel like they made her kind of like feel like that was like invalid of how she felt. So to me, I feel like she learned from that, and she feel like she can't speak up for herself because they're gonna go against her. So I do feel like it is partially bullying because now Sutton is kind of like taking a stance. She's trying to, she going in. Like Sutton would never do that to Erika. Sutton is going way too far with this, I believe. With the whole when they was at the table making her repeat after her like a kid. Oh, well, I would have told her go F yourself.
We'll get back to this.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that.
Yes.
But with Crystal, I think again being Asian, she's she doesn't feel like Garcelle really has her back as a minority. She feels like she's with a room full of white women who's not going to understand this whole dark comment. And I think it's getting to a point where she's like, you know what? I don't even want to talk about this anymore. They're not going to understand. No one's going to be on my side. I thought Garcelle would understand how I feel about this. She clearly doesn't. Let this shit go. Like, I'm sorry, moving right along. I think that's how she felt. But then Erika kept digging in. She called you a liar. She didn't say that. But I don't remember Sutton did imply she's a liar because in Sutton's eyes, she don't think she said something dark. And again, dark meaning something racial. So I don't really think it was so much she said, oh, you're damn liars. In her head, what she said wasn't dark. In Crystal's head, it was.
Yeah.
So that's where the whole conflict lies because one person is seeing one way, another person is seeing another way. And Crystal thinking Garcelle would have her back, don't. So at a point where Crystal is now, I would have just gave up to like, look, you guys are never going to, this is what Crystal should have done. I felt it was a dark comment. You guys will never understand. You don't walk in my shoes. You're white, rich, privileged women who will never understand my struggle. I felt it was dark. I'm going to continue feeling like it's dark. And that's it. And Garcelle, if this is past, your intelligence of understanding where I see that is dark, then too bad. But this is how I feel. And she should explain why she felt it was dark.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. And I just feel like she's too scared to explain it.
Well, because she didn't give her an opportunity either. They didn't give her an opportunity. They shut her down. Because when she said, Garcelle, do you think it's dark? No. And Garcelle's team Sutton, they shut her down.
They shut her down, but that's where the confidence comes in. Like, I would not care what anyone believes. And I'm going to tell you why, especially when they're telling her, like, it's coming off as bullying. Like, you need to explain. You need to explain yourself. You need to speak. Like, to me, I think they were giving her opportunities to speak. And I wouldn't even care about what, like I said, I wouldn't care about what anybody else thinks. I'm still going to state my case into why I believe that it was dark. So, and I don't care what anyone believes.
So, Crystal mentioned that her and Sutton had a conversation about this whole dark comment, and Sutton apologized. So I think they had Crystal did grow balls off camera and had the conversation with Sutton to explain why she felt it was such a dark comment.
Yeah, I believe so
it
too.
wasn't on and it was probably a one-on-one. She kind of explained to Sutton, this is my take on when you said that this is how it made me feel, probably cried. And then Sutton's like, oh, I get it now. I didn't think what I said was dark. I didn't mean it in that way. I apologize.
Absolutely.
Crystal educated her on why she felt it was dark. And I think that's what should have been shown on TV, but it wasn't. Crystal didn't have the balls. They didn't give her the opportunity to do it. She did it off camera, just her and Sutton, and that's what happened.
I believe so too, exactly. And I do believe that she believes that it was dark, and Sutton now knows that Crystal is becoming weak and not explaining herself. So now it's making her really kind of like, it's making Sutton become really aggressive now. But
what I don't like is that a show like this, you have an Asian, you have an African-American woman, you have white women. This show is predominantly white women. This was a pivotal moment for Crystal to educate.
Yeah.
To kind of say certain things that's being said or certain things that white people say that in their head is a comment. It's stuff that they say amongst each other that other people could perceive as being dark. This was a moment where I think the light bulbs would have went on for all the like, wow, really? I mean, you probably had one be like, really, Crystal? But if she broke it down like you did last video, Crystal, hopefully she sees this video one day. The way you broke it down as far as, Sutton needs to be doing more than just having these diversity in her jacuzzi. If Crystal, and she's an intelligent woman, was able to break it down how she felt was dark, I think it would have been a very important scene and a very educational moment for all of them on that table and everybody else watching.
Absolutely.
And Garcelle's dumb behind. I like Garcelle, but her dumb behind too would have been like, ding, ding, ding. I get it, Crystal. Because my thing is when Garcelle said, oh, I don't think it's dark, this is Crystal's moment. I said, you don't think it's dark? Well, this is why I think it's dark, Garcelle. You being black, this is why you should think it's dark.
Yes.
And again, it went over Garcelle's head. And it went over my head until you and I spoke. And I was like,
this is why I believe we're gonna get to that. What's going on today on Instagram with something's going on with Crystal and Diana Jenkins. And this is why I believe Crystal I believe that Crystal is highly sensitive about racism, even with blacks, not just with herself. I believe that she's really like sensitive toward that.
I agree.
I don't think it's an act. So I do believe that she's sensitive.
And and the thing is, Crystal mentioned last season a lot of racism her dad had felt. She's felt a lot of racism as an Asian girl. That was part of her, what caused her to have insecurities and eating disorder. She also felt inferior because of being Asian and what she was surrounded by. I get it. So that was, again, a moment for her to explain as an Asian woman why Sutton's comment was dark. This whole thing just went, it just like.
But when you feeling bullied, me empathizing with her, I never was bullied before, but I feel like I can kind of like channel the way she was feeling, and I can kind of like, I just feel like when you're feeling bullied and you're not gonna have a voice, like you're gonna be afraid of what people may think. I don't think she's confident. She's not, and again, you have to understand her heritage. A lot of times Asian women don't speak up. Yeah. She had to deal with racism. She was probably bullied as a child. She had insecurities where she had an eating disorder. So she has a lot of stuff, and she's probably never in this type of environment with such aggressive, outspoken women. She's probably hasn't been in this type of environment. So you throwing all the stuff she has going on in an environment with a bunch of women who's very vocal. So I think, like you said, she retreats and just like, let me not say anything. Let them say what they, and I'm sorry, let's move right along. So she's not very confrontational. She doesn't stand up for herself. Agree. Poor Crystal. So crying. I think the next scene was them getting ready to go to, they showed Kyle calling. Erika and Lisa Renner was on the phone and they did a FaceTime. Yeah, she was telling her about how Crystal was crying. So she mentioned that and they just laughed it off. And they didn't even have a reason as to why she was crying. I think they wasn't giving a reason. I feel like they were just trying to make her feel guilty, Kyle. I feel like they was just trying to make, I feel like Erika and Lisa, they are just against Sutton in that part of the crowd. Like, I just feel like they're not going to give a reason. It's just like they just going to just have Crystal's back. Like, I just don't think they care to give a reason. They don't care.
Yeah, Erika don't care. So the next scene was the dinner. And again, they had glam, but Garcelle killed it last night. I was like, woo!
Oh, I did like that. She did give me an idea. I was getting ready to come with some flowers in my hair based on her.
Garcelle looked beautiful. Oh, you know, Lisa Rinna. I have to say, Lisa Rinna gave it last night.
Yeah, Lisa Rinna does it a lot. She gives like.
She looked, those two, when Lisa came out that red dress, I was like, let go, Lisa.
Yeah, she did.
Yes. And then Garcelle came out. She looked beautiful. It was like island. She was giving Haitian.
Loved it. I'm going to copy that look.
Yes. She served. I mean, Diana looked good too. So when I saw this, I'm like, damn, this how they're gonna, you know, I understand why they need glam now. Now, I don't know about Garcelle if she had glam, but even if she didn't, she looked beautiful. So I just wanted to mention
she did,
that.
No matter who did it. She might have used the other people's glam, Kyle's glam, or Erika's glam, but no matter what.
She looked beautiful. She looked great. I think that was probably the best I've seen Garcelle. Like, we had some confessional scenes last season. She was not looking her best, but this scene, she looked great. I was very happy to see how great she looked.
Yeah.
I mean, Lisa Rinna too. So she stole that scene to me when it comes to clothes.
Loved it. Absolutely.
Oh, they kept talking about some book that Diana had.
Yeah, first they had the cleansing. No, I guess the book came before the cleansing ceremony.
Yeah, she was talking about a book. She didn't want to talk about the book. It was a book about women who was naked. Okay, I didn't see a big deal. She wanted to talk about the book. She said it was not a good...
Because she said it was some controversy surrounding the book and sex trafficking.
Yeah, so she didn't really want to talk about it, but they kept saying, oh, the book. And she's like, I spoke about this already. So I was like, whatever, that's not a big deal. She don't want to talk about her book.
And then she spoke about it. No, but I didn't get that. Like, she's like, I spoke about it already. But then when they showed the scene, when they cut to it, it was like you spoke on one end of the table where the other girls didn't hear what she said about the book. So when she said she spoke about it, you spoke about it to like two of the women out of the group, not to the whole table. So I get what they were saying. Like, we don't know what she's talking about, but she was just avoiding the whole discussion of the book.
I think she's rude. That was pretty a rude moment to me. If you're at a table and you're trying to get these ladies, she could have just said what she said in the confessional. I mean, you don't know what kind of lawsuits or agreements she had about not discussing this book. She probably has some legal matters as far as not. But what she said in the confessional, she could have said to me at the table, like, "Oh, you know, ladies, I really don't want to talk about the book. It was really not a good point in my, time in my life. Whatever she said in confessional, she could have said at the table. Then everyone would never have asked her again about it.
Yeah. Because I would have been that one that been like, okay, like they were saying, like, okay, you spoke about it. I don't remember. Can you speak about it again? Like,
that's
okay.
What they were trying to do. She was like, no.
And she still was saying no. Like, I would have thought something was wrong at that point. Now I would have started Googling, like, why is she afraid to speak about this book?
That's what Garcelle, she's like, why she don't want to talk about the book? I was like, me too. What the hell's a big deal?
Yeah.
I figured that was a time maybe she would promote her book or something. But then in the confessional, she explained why she wanted to talk about it. But at least out of courtesy, let the ladies know, oh, okay, I don't want to talk about this book because this is what happened around that time when the book came out. But then they did the cleansing. And again, I mean, I've watched the show and I think every season Kyle is shocked about something. Last season, they had dinner. Crystal had like the whole Asian themed dinner and Kyle was screaming because something shocking came down. I think there was like a scene where they had dragon-like things coming down and Kyle was like, all scared. Again, yesterday, she's all shocked. I'm like, she's always looking like...
No, she didn't scream. That was Dorit that overreacted.
That was Dorit? I thought... No, Kyle did too. Then Kyle... It was both of them. It was Kyle and Dorit.
I saw Dorit like really overreact. And I really thought that was going to be a moment where she says like that she thought the robbers were coming in. So
it wasn't Kyle? Okay, I thought it was
So
Kyle.
it was Dorit. Dorit overreacted, and then she you could see she got a little embarrassed. But to me, I think it was fake embarrassment. It was almost like she wanted to let them know, like, I thought the robbers were coming.
Oh my gosh! Did anybody else get that scared? Everybody's looking at her like, no, not really.
Well, she got right. I know. That's why I was like, she fed into that moment, and that was the moment that she was going to talk about the robbers. But The editing team was doing a good job of giving her moment for a couple of seconds, and that's it. We moving along.
I thought it was Kyle that did all that screaming. Like, I thought it was Kyle. Okay, so now Kyle. Kyle was being shady. Now you already knew what happened at that beach because you called Lisa Rinna and Erika. She's on the table. So what did you guys talk about at the beach?
Yeah, she stirs the pot. Kyle definitely, she know her position. She stirs that pot.
I was like, bitch, they just told you what they spoke about at the beach.
Yeah.
So
but listen, you got to stir that pot. I would do the same thing though. I would. I've done it. Let's talk about this. We need to clear the air. They having a cleansing ceremony. I will be that one, and let's put everything out on the table. What did y'all talk about so we could all communicate?
Yeah, because the other ladies that weren't at the beach, like Garcelle,
I
guess Sutton, Diana, they didn't know what was said. So I guess that was someone was like, oh, let's just talk about it. And of course, Erika repeated what she said to Crystal. What she said to Crystal on the beach. And again, Erika was interrogating Chris. Erika felt like was she was just interrogating.
Erika was being such an instigator and was she was just loving this moment and was against Sutton. Like she was trying so hard to make her feel bad and to kind of she wanted to make her grovel and be all I don't know. I just felt like she wanted to make Sutton feel worse than how she already felt. Sutton eventually apologized.
Yeah, but I feel like it was like watching a trial. Crystal, how do you feel? Wait, let her speak. And I'm like, what the hell? Garcelle said the same time when I said you're annoying the shit out of me at this point. Shut the hell up. Why are you involved? Why are you in this?
Yeah.
And she got all nasty with Garcelle. Like you said, Garcelle
Exactly. That's something are these the editors that's doing this, or is Garcelle really shutting the F up? Because to me, when Erika says to Garcelle, why shouldn't I be involved? And then Garcelle didn't say anything. So I'm
Erika, you're bugging the shit out of me.
Why?
Because why are you all in this? Let them figure it out.
Why shouldn't I be in this?
So I'm wondering, was it the editors? Because I would have been like, well, you don't need to be involved. This is between them. Let them handle it. This has nothing to do with you. Mind your business and just sit here like the rest of us are doing. You don't need to be. You're not a mediator. Who are you?
I don't think Garcelle said that because that would have gave her airtime. I think Garcelle just shut her mouth. But no one's saying to Erika. But when Garcelle spoke up, Erika shut her down and Garcelle shut her mouth. If I'm going to say something, my whole thing is, you know how Erika is. I mean, you know how she is. So Garcelle already know if I say this to Erika, she's going to come at me and say something else. Because I don't think Garcelle expected Erika not to say anything when she told her, you're getting on my damn nerves. Basically shut up and let them deal with it. So if you know you're not going to go toe to toe with her, don't even say anything at her. The other women did not say anything because they know they can't go to toe to toe with Erika. So you look more dumb when you say something to her, she shuts you down and you retreat.
Exactly. That's what I said. It's I just don't understand. It's you're letting her get the last word. And actually, to me, it's she's having a valid point. Why shouldn't I be involved? To me, she should not be involved. And Garcelle should have told her why. But it's she basically felt she should be involved and she kept being involved.
She basically told Garcelle, whatever, shut the hell up, mind your business, I'm being involved. That's what she did to Garcelle, whatever. Because you continue being involved, telling Sutton, say how you feel, telling Crystal, say how you feel, telling Sutton, basically shut the hell up and listen to what Crystal has to say. It was kind of like coddling Crystal and telling Sutton, it's not your moment to speak. Let Crystal talk and listen how she feels about everything. And I was just oh my God, this is getting on my damn nerves. Erika was really trying to get at Sutton, but using Crystal to do it.
Yes.
I mean, when you really think about it, and I had to think about it because I was I don't like what Erika's doing. But if you don't like somebody and you thinking there's possible dirt on that person that somebody else has, you'll probably do the same thing. Like she was trying to pull Crystal into her evil web and kind of go ahead and say or whatever, let her have it. Like I already did enough with Sutton. Now this is your moment, and if we need to tag team her, we will. But Crystal's too weak.
Yeah, she's too weak. But I do feel like Erika was like, even though she's against Sutton, like I do feel like Erika was trying to put the battery in Crystal's back, because I would like to see a fair fight. Like whether I'm against Sutton, I want you to challenge her. Like I feel like that about all of those women with Erika. Like challenge her. I want to see a challenge because this is not fair. Do not let her one up you like that. Exactly. Give her a challenge, and I want to see it, and I'm gonna sit back and enjoy it. And if you lose, eventually, fine, you lose. But I want to see like a fair fight. Like and that's all.
Erika would have jumped in. If something would happen, like the big argument between those two, she would have jumped into Crystal's side. But Crystal's not the person to use to put a battery in their back because that battery died.
She tried. She tried though. She tried to put that battery in.
She tried, but it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't, because Crystal ain't the one.
So they went back and forth on the table. Sutton up. I think Erika kind of made Sutton apologize. That was
to Crystal about the
rumor.
Yes, and the 14 friends, and she was like, "I apologize for bringing that up." And then what did she apologize for? Yeah, she apologized for the friend group comments.
Yes.
And then she said, "I want you to repeat after me. Tell me that you would never do that again." And you can tell the women started getting uncomfortable. Listen, if I'm wrong,
Garcelle
you are not. I was like,
there go Crystal. I won't do it again.
I understand how you feel. And
no, I need for you to stop that.
Yes.
And I need for you to tell me that you're going to stop that.
I think she's trying. I think she's
I
trying.
understand how you feel is not saying, and you're not going to do
and
that
I'm gonna,
to me again.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
Then
yes. I just said it. Yes.
I know, but you need to say it out loud so everyone can hear. You're not going to do that to me again.
I'm not going to do that to you again.
So that I can trust you.
And you gonna tell me that girl don't feel bullied?
Why?
Crystal is feeling bullied.
She already said it. But you could tell Crystal was uncomfortable.
She was being bullied. That's what I'm saying. Sutton is now becoming that bitch. She's getting into bitch mode. And I don't like it. Because she's telling her to repeat after me.
She was in bitch mode, Diana.
Yeah, she did that to Diana. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, she's just picking. I don't like people who pick and choose people who they gonna come at. Cause I don't know. I feel like people test me like that sometimes, but I'm the wrong one to test because I smile, I laugh a lot, but they don't know I'm not the weak bitch. But I'm gonna let you know when you do come at me. So I do feel like people do test me like that. Like I feel like the way she spoke to Crystal and repeat after me, and then Diana. And then she start coming at her. So people have tested me like that, where they think I'm that weakling, and then I gotta rise up, and then they know back the F up off me. See, but these women don't know how to do that. To me, I'll let it slide for a minute until it's a point of no return with me. But I just feel like I just didn't like Sutton was going way too far. And you could see Kyle started feeling uncomfortable, and they all was like, "Listen, just accept that." Like she said it. Let it go. Accept
the way
it.
she was like talking to her like she's a child, reprimanding her, and then Crystal said, "I'll never say it again." I was like, that's what I felt like doing to Crystal. Like, what? This is where I want to go because
and then she wasn't letting up. She kept doing it. Like she said that part, "I'll never do it again." Then she kept on. She was like, and then it was something else she wanted her to say. And then that's when Kyle was like, just accept that it's enough. And I was like, oh my God, this is classic bullying. There's no way I would have even if I was one of the girls around the table, Kyle did stick up and say, listen, that's enough. And that's how I would have been like, come on now. This is ridiculous. You're not gonna have her repeating after you like she's a kid. Like, cut it out.
I was surprised Erika didn't stand up for Crystal at that point.
Yeah.
And so, what the hell are you doing, son? Crystal, don't say anything else. So you already said what you said. Like, why did Erika not say anything?
That's true, because I would have said something too. Like, now you're being ridiculous. She not repeating. You're right. I would have.
Hush your mouth. You're not saying nothing. You already said it. You don't want to take. You don't like.
Yeah, you're being ridiculous. It was like Kyle said something.
Kyle said something. Nobody else said something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Sutton too is saying, "Oh, I want to be friends. I really like Crystal." So I think maybe Sutton is the person that Crystal wants to be close to because she has all these connections. Maybe.
Because I don't understand that either. Like she does keep reiterating, like, I like you. Like, no, you shouldn't like her. She's insinuating that you're racist. Why do you like her?
And why is Crystal wanting to be friends? This is my thing. If I, again, was in this circle and I'm the minority and I've just met a white person and they said a comment to me that I felt was dark, I would have told them how I felt, and I wouldn't want to be their friend. I wouldn't want to be their friend because in the back of my mind, I'm always going to think like, this person is racist and don't even know it. Like I would not feel comfortable being friends with someone who said a dark comment. So the fact that Crystal still, Sutton will want to be her friend because she's the one that said the dark comment.
Mm-hmm.
But for Crystal to still want to be her friend after she said that, I don't care how much apologizing, how much educating I have to do, I would not feel comfortable being your friend. I will be your coworker on TV. I'll be an associate. I'll be cordial, but I wouldn't be a friend.
Yeah.
So when Son kept saying, "I really like you. I want to be a friend," and Crystal's like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Crystal, you're a dumbass. You are a dumb ass to want
exactly.
To Sutton."
That's that bullying thing. And
then she goes on to sing that she's a good person. Was that before or after the whole issue of her? And no, it was Sutton was like, "Oh, I'm a good person." That kind of freaked me out a little. When somebody else had to constantly say they're a good person, they may not be that good.
Yeah, Diana did. She did get that off when you said that. Like I would say I would be that one to say that too. Like enough already. Like you don't have to keep saying that to us.
Yeah, it's like some of an insecurity. I'm pretty because you're insecure. You want everybody to think you're not. But when Son kept saying, "I'm a good person," it makes me think that's what some racist people say sometimes. Like, "I'm a good person," and over there,
I got a black friend.
Yeah, that's what it made me feel like. Oh I have I allow blacks in my house.
Yeah, I have a servant that's black.
Yeah. Oh my God. Mexicans are mowing my lawn, and I have a black nanny.
Yes.
And my chauffeur is black. So how could I be racist? I allow them in my home. So
and speak to my kids.
Yeah. So when she kept saying, I'm a good person, what the hell does that have to do with anything?
That's what Diana was trying to say when she said, "You said that already." And then that's when Son was like, "I'm saying it again." Like, and then she started to turn up.
And then Diana says, somebody mentioned that Sutton said, "Oh, I love her, but at the same time, I hate her." Then Crystal said, "I never said that." Diana jumps and said, "Yes, you did." And
no, Sutton said she didn't say that.
Yeah, Sutton said she didn't say it. And then Diana's like, "Yes, we did." Yeah, and then they played shit. "I never said that." And they played it with shit. "I love her, but at the same time, I hate her." Something to that effect.
No.
Last night, you said you hated me and then liked me. And then you said, and I said, it's
That's
because
not
you're
what
upset.
I said.
I heard it. You
That's
said,
not-
"I hate you, I like you." I did hear that.
I like Crystal.
It comes out to trust.
I like her.
And is
As
that-
much
does
as I
that
hate her
take
and
in
like her.
action?
No, but she really didn't say, "I hate her." She was saying something like, the way she said it to me, it didn't come off like I hate her. It came off like, I really love her. And then she kind of brushed over. You could tell she might have had too much to drink or something. But she said something like, "I do love her, although," and then she said, like, it was kind of like a murmur type thing. Like you couldn't make out a word, like what she was meaning.
The word hate, like, "Oh, I love her," but at the same time, I hate her. But it's one of those things. You know, you have your friend and you're like, I love her, but sometimes I can't stand the shit.
Yeah, I don't think she meant exactly. I don't think she meant I hate her. I definitely do not think that. And they tried to twist her words up.
But I think it's because she said I never said that. I don't know. She said something.
I reminded and I tried to make out what she said it meant, and I couldn't really like decipher it. But
it wasn't hate to like, oh, I don't like this chick.
That's what I would have said, and I think that's what Sutton was trying to say. That's not what I said. I said it like this, and let's say I did say it. I didn't mean it like that. I take whatever. Shut the F up. You're not gonna tell me how to feel. That's what I'm saying. If I'm telling you, I don't care what I said, what you thought I said. I'm telling you how Elisa feels, and you're going to accept that. No matter what I said yesterday, this is how I feel today. Accept it. Period. That's where Sutton, that's why I feel like sometimes they don't have, like their voice is like not aggressive enough. And it annoys me.
Do you think Diana jumped in where it wasn't necessary? Because the other women was like, oh, you guys, I know they were like with Diana, oh, you were trying to just help out. And they didn't understand why Sutton was all upset. Or do you think Diana should have just kept them out shut?
No, I feel what Diana was saying, because I would have said the same thing. Like you said that already. Like, why you keep saying like how we're saying, why you keep saying you're a good person? Like, I feel like she's that annoyed Diana, and I'm sure it annoyed everybody else, because it's like now you keep beating us in the head with you're a good person. You don't have to keep saying that. Just make your point. Because now it's like you're trying to sway me. Like to make you don't have to keep telling me you're a good person. I'll make that determination.
Yeah,
but take the case aside from that. So I feel like Diana was basically saying that. I think that annoyed Sutton. And then Diana said something else.
That you said you hate her.
Yeah. So I think that annoys Sutton. And then the way Sutton did point and scream at her.
Here's the thing, Diana. I'm a good person. I
didn't say you're not.
Hey, you need to let me finish for a second. I didn't say ruined.
I've been listening to you like a lot, and I'm trying to find a solution.
You need to let me finish my sentence, please. It's
do
going
I need to, or do
I'm
I
going
need
to finish what I'm saying. I'm a very good person.
You told us that already, and we
I'm
know
going to
that.
say it again.
How's that
I'm
happening?
going to say it again until you can hear me.
Sutton, wait. Hold on.
No.
You're putting your finger in her face.
I didn't like it because Sutton would never act like that to anyone else. You're not going to act like that because I'm a newbie. And that's where I would have shut her the F down so bad. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like they pick and choose who they want to like go up against. And Sutton never spoke to like that to Erika. And like she said, oh, why is Erika getting in my business? She said that, Sutton said that in the confessional. Why?
Y'all could have been talking about a lot of things, Lisa and Erika. Like, I don't know, Lisa, why don't you ask Erika where she is on all of her legal stuff? Why don't y'all talk about that?
And that's what she should have said to Erika. She had plenty of opportunities to say that to Erika. But you know what? She didn't, but she chose to come at Diana.
So exactly, good point. Because when Erika was involved with mediating the discussion between Sutton and Crystal, that's when she'd be like, bitch, shut the hell up. Worry about your lawsuit. You ain't got no money. Worry about all the frozen accounts you got and mind your business.
Yeah.
I would put her in her place. But Garcelle had jumped in, and then Erika shut her down. But she did come at Diana real aggressive, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then she ran, got up and left.
Because she looked crazy. She looked crazy. She needed to gather herself.
I think Sutton got issues. I think she's on medication or something, mood swings, menopause.
I could agree with that, but I hate when people claim that they have issues. They got anxiety, they got this, they got that, but then I'm the chosen victim. Don't tell me you got anxiety when you picking and choosing your victims. You picking and choosing Diana, but your anxiety don't kick up and your aggression doesn't kick up with Erika. So that's why when people say like they got some kind of issues, psych issues, I ain't believing that when you coming aggressive at me, and you ain't getting aggressive with this person.
When I watched this episode, it made me think like, are they all on their menstrual cycle at the same time? That's how I felt. Like, oh, there goes this one, Crystal crying. Then Sutton get up, she crying. Then she put her hand in people's face. Then you have this new one who just had a baby who's crying. It seemed like they were all going through their menstrual cycle at the same time.
Yeah.
What else going on? That's how I felt. I felt like Sutton was in the middle of one of those moments, like, oh, you on your period? Well, I don't know if she's still on her period. I don't even know if they still on their period.
I don't think it. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Sutton was like, she looks like one of those people that's gets really aggressive, real edgy. She's on meds. I don't know. She didn't take her meds. She storms off. She's crying hysterical. Kyle is calming her down. Like, calm down. It was worse last night, and you wasn't acting. It's like, what is wrong with you? She's very unpredictable.
I don't think she's unpredictable. I think she's coming at. I think they know who to come at. I think Diana is the newbie, so she's an easy target. I don't believe that it's medication. I don't believe anything. I believe that people do that to target who they feel is an easy target. And that's why, like I said, it makes me sensitive to that, because I feel like people test me like that too. Because I got this big smile, like I'm always jokey, laughing. So I feel like people do the same thing to me all the time, but they don't know I'm not a crystal. So that's what I'm saying. That's when the smile comes off, and then I have to like get into bitch mode quick. So I know how they feel, but I just feel like these women are actually becoming weak. Like Diana, she's not Sutton. She's picking and choosing people like she's picking on Diana and Crystal at the same time because they are seemingly weak. I don't know if Diana's weak. I just feel like she's a newbie, so it's like she's an easy target.
We have to wait and see with Diana.
Yeah, and then Crystal is like already showed her weakness. So I just feel like these are easy targets to be picked on. And Sutton is picking on them. And I don't like it.
Well, Sutton also had to make sure she keep a check. But Sutton already got money. So at this point, she's using this platform to promote her businesses.
Yeah.
So with Sutton now, she's going, I guess, balls or whoever, like you said, she picks and chooses. With Diana, I don't think Diana was out of place for saying something, because I was like, why does she keep saying she's a good person, making me look at her like,
Yeah.
You don't have to say if you're a good person. I think I'm a good person, but I don't go around saying I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I don't have to. People would just know me and know I'm a good person. So the fact that she said, I think Diana was thinking the same thing. Like, why you keep saying it? Like, you said it already. You're saying it again. But Sutton did come back. She apologized to Diana. Diana was crying too on the table. She was emotional. She was crying a lot too.
Yeah.
But I think it was more so her hormones. She just had a baby. She's dealing with all of that. And his son comes back and apologizes, which that's normally the case.
Yeah, and she should have apologized to her. Like I said, don't pick on nobody because they the newbie or whatever. Like, Sutton went way too hard on Diana. It was not deserving of that type of response. I understand you could feel annoyed. You want to make a point how much of a good person you are, fine. But if I say, like you said it already, I don't want to hear that again. Like, that's how she felt, but you ain't gonna be pointing your finger at me and all that. That's the way you get carried away. You can say how you feel. I might annoy you because I said I heard that already. That might annoy you, but you ain't gonna be pointing your finger in my face.
Yeah, she was sitting right next to her too.
Yeah, and that's the part where Sutton should have apologized. But I do like the part, I think it was Crystal. I think Crystal had went to the bathroom at one point. I don't think Crystal was there. And that's when Erika asked her about like these 14 friends.
Oh, that was the moment where they went. Crystal went, and I don't remember who went with her. And then that's when she asked, Kyle started talking to Erika.
And I loved that Kyle seemed to have a backbone and state her case. Because to me, I would have thought that Kyle would have aligned with Erika because Erika is the strong personality. But I like the way Kyle stood strong on her beliefs. I don't believe her. And then Erika kept questioning about these 14 friends. And I like the way Kyle stood her ground as to why she believes that Crystal was put on an act. And it did kind of shut Erika down.
Yeah, her and Garcelle. Garcelle's like, yeah, I feel the same way too.
Yeah.
So I really liked Kyle for that. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm thinking differently about Kyle now.
Yeah.
Not that I never liked her. I was just like, But I really liked seeing her last night. Like, she stood her ground. She didn't let Erika try to persuade her to think differently. She was Team Sutton. She said how she felt in the confessional. She said how she felt to Erika. So I think that was seeing another side of Kyle. And she was there for Sutton. It wasn't Garcelle running after Sutton. Kyle went there and kind of calmed her down. But I also like the scene when Kyle's like, I can't. I'm not Kyle, Garcelle. And she was just eating her food like, I'm not trying to be in this mess.
At what point was that?
Garcelle, when you had Diana crying, you had Sutton getting up and leaving to the bathroom, and Garcelle was just like, I'm just gonna sit here and eat.
Yeah.
She didn't want to be bothered. I would be too, like, oh, this is way too much.
I know these bitches is crying all about, and I'm trying to eat my food. This food going to waste at this 5-star hotel.
And it was supposed to be like a nice dinner, and everybody's dressed really nice. So
yes.
But I agreed with what Kyle was saying about Crystal, that she wanted sympathy. She said, I agree, and she feels like it was intentional. The whole crying part. Kyle said that she felt the crying part was to get sympathy, and it was intentional. And I agree with Kyle.
And I don't know if I agree with her, but I appreciate that she stated her case to Erika. I appreciate that Kyle is team Sutton all the way and does not believe Crystal. She's not falling for it. No matter that the strong personality Erika is on Crystal's side. I'm glad that it's not swaying the other women.
Yeah, and then now they're all team Crystal. But I was a little surprised that Lisa Rinna didn't get too much involved. Because she was the one that initially brought, maybe you're right, because she was the one that initially brought Sun in to the group.
Yeah.
Sun came through Lisa Rinna, so I was kind of surprised that she really wasn't like in it and trying to get, figure things out. And she was.
Yeah, I think she's probably got her emotions in other places. Like she don't got the energy for that. Like these bitches acting like crying over like dumb stuff. Like
I got more important stuff to cry about. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I feel.
I agree. And then they should have clipped from next episode. That's how it ended. Was apologizing to Diana. And then the next clip was next week's episode, I think. I can't remember anything for next week. They were all on a boat or something.
Oh, yes. And somebody got bit by a jellyfish.
And Erika was like, oh, let me pee on it or something. I think that was it. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. She gonna get like ridiculously drunk.
Oh, okay, that was it.
And it seemed like to me, I thought she was gonna start like divulging like what happened with the case and stuff, but I don't think that's gonna happen. They probably wouldn't even put that in. But she seems to be, she's gonna get drunk. And Diana, I think something's gonna happen with her.
I can't remember.
But Diana was on Instagram today. This is why I'm sort of Team Crystal. What I wanted to mention earlier is that podcaster, or I think she's a podcaster, a Black girl. And you know how on your Instagram and your bio, you put like, I'm a Black content creator. She had that in her bio, but she put in a clip of Diana Jenkins. I don't know if you remember the clip where she's in the confessional and she has like a short bob, like in one part. And she did look different. I ain't even gonna lie. When I saw that, I was like, wow, she looks different.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't know what to think. Like, is it Botox? It was like a short bob, and then her face looks like full. Like it looks more round. And it looks like some look
got fillers or something.
Yeah, it seemed fuller, and then the podcaster showed like another clip of her, image of her, and it's like she looked a little ragged. So when she put that up, I guess Diana Jenkins saw it, and then she said, it must feel good being a Black content creator. So, people was like, what the F does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Yeah. So then, a lot of comments started commenting. So now Diana Jenkins came on Instagram, apologized. Crystal Menkoff woke me up screaming at me, demanding to know what I meant by this comment. I assumed Black content creator was a title referring to a page that would be focused on snarky content. I copied the term because I thought that's what it meant. I didn't realize it was referencing you as a Black woman and a content creator. Please understand, I am not from this country. I'm so deeply sorry. I'm devastated that this was taken to mean something racially insensitive. I understand now why it was taken that way, and that was never my intention. I am truly sorry.
Wow, Crystal did that.
No, yes, she stormed in her room. So that's what I'm saying. She wouldn't have known that it was wrong if Crystal didn't wake her up. That's Diana Jenkins' quote. Crystal woke me up screaming at me, demanding to know what I meant by this comment.
Wow. I might like the little Crystal a little bit more now. Garcelle should have been the one calling her. Where Garcelle at?
Exactly. Why she wasn't waking her up screaming?
Really? Crystal,
that's what she said. And for her to say like somebody else woke up screaming. And to me, a lot of the comments was when she first put the comment up. Let me wait. What was her first
comment?
It was Diana. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna put it in. Okay, wait. Let me zoom in on this.
I can't really.
That's the picture that the Black creator put up of Diana.
Oh, and then the one.
Those are the two pictures. So the Black content creator put up. I guess the first was the one that she shopped in stores, and the second is an allergic reaction. So I guess that's what she took offense to. So then that's when Diana Jenkins says that picture was actually taken at UCLA Law School talking about crimes in my country.
How do you feel? You think she was racially intended?
I feel like I don't care what country you from. Like whites, I don't care if you Russian, Yugoslavian, wherever you from, you know who's Black and who's white. Like you don't know that term. Like, I don't know, but maybe like she said, she went to, cause you know how, that's why I said with us getting our page up, our Instagram social media pages up, one thing people do, and I've noticed that with my like page, when you respond to people, the first thing they do is they click on your page to see who you are, and they go to your bio, and they look at your bio. Cause I put up one time in my bio, I put that I'm all about positive energy. And when I made a comment on one of these like housewife page, and the chick was like, "Yeah, you ain't about no positive energy." So I know she looked at my page. So that told me you went straight to my bio. So I think that's what Diana Jenkins did when the girl put up, "You must have had an allergic reaction." She went straight to the girl's page and then looked at the girl's page because it says YouTuber, Black content creator. So then she said, "You must feel good about being a Black content creator." But I don't know. To me, I would think you would know, like Black, white. Like, did you think that's a term for YouTube or something? Like, what? I don't know.
You think she just should take out the Black part?
I would think, why would you put that? Like us? Are we gonna put in we Black YouTubers? I don't think she should have put that. But I'm wondering, did Diana Jenkins not know what that meant? Like, she went to her page and saw that, and I guess that was her way of throwing shade. Like, "Oh, you must feel good about being a Black content creator." But she took that from her page. But what do you think?
But me reading it the way it is, I'm thinking more so she's degrading her, kind of like, "Oh, this is the type of job you have." I mean, she put Black in there, but I think it's more so what she's doing than her race. To me, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what she meant.
Probably she might have just copied it, thought she was throwing shade and put in the word Black. It could mean that, but the part that I got from it is I appreciated that she tagged Crystal in it and said like Crystal stormed into her room. So that's what told me. That's why I'm swaying toward Team Crystal.
Yeah,
because Crystal does seem to be sensitive about anything race. That's why to me that jacuzzi story might have incensed her in a way like that was dark. I just think she's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think Crystal may be sensitive, and this is proof to me. You stormed in her room, off of the Black content creator comment.
To her, that's a dark comment. To Garcelle, So, and again, things are different with certain people. How they grew up. She faced a lot of racism. Not that Garcelle didn't face a lot of racism, but as far as the comment that Diana made, I think some people, because of where they live, the racism and prejudice is not as bad as it is here in the US. So maybe she didn't realize saying Black could be potentially looked at as being racist.
And you're looking down, like it's like you feel good about being a peasant, don't you?
Again, that comment, I think she was looking down at what the woman does. I don't think it was geared to her being Black. I think it was like look at me, I'm a millionaire. Oh, you must feel good just being a YouTuber. Like, that's beneath.
True.
I think that's what, I don't know. I don't jump right away about the race. You know, right now everybody's sensitive. She's a newbie. People don't really like her. But I think it's the fact that she put black and people just jumped in. So, oh, she said something to a black woman. I don't think it was geared to her race. I think it was geared to her profession, her class. Like, you're a loser, basically. You're just a YouTuber. Yes. You're using.
So that wraps up this unpacking and this recap of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Thank you all for watching. Please watch our previous videos because we also recap other episodes, other housewives, basketball wives. Comment, engage, like, share,
subscribe.
And thank you so much for your support and taking your time out to watch us. See you soon.